Hello and welcome to part one of the Women in Concierge Medicine podcast, brought to you by Specialdocs Consultants. I'm Terry Bowers, CEO of Specialdocs. We've gathered 5 leading female concierge physicians for a panel discussion on why the concierge model has proven to be an ideal fit for them. It's a great resource for any physician considering a transition to concierge medicine. You can find the entire series on the News and Insights page of our website, Specialdocs.com, or on any of the Specialdocs social media pages. What you're about to hear is part 1 of the podcast, where we introduce the doctors and they discuss why they decided to make the change to concierge medicine. Thank you for watching. I'd like to ask each one of you to tell the audience a little bit about yourself, where you practice, maybe where you went to medical school, anything else that you think the audience would be interested in learning about you.
My name is Dorothy Cerna. I'm an internal medicine physician in the Houston, Texas area. I practice both internal medicine and lifestyle medicine. I transitioned to a concierge practice exactly a year ago now. And at home, I have 4 kids, one out, one on the way out, and 2 younger children. And I'm busy trying to somehow find balance for all of that.
Thank you, Dorothy. I'd like to introduce Nan Monahan. Nan lives and works in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm Nan Monahan. I'm live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been practicing internal medicine for 21 years in the Buckhead area. Transitioned with Specialdocs to concierge medicine just a little over a year ago, and do a little bit of hospital medicine, a little bit of nursing home medicine, a lot of outpatient young person medicine, and a little bit of everything.
Next, I'd like to introduce Natasha Bouvet. Natasha practices in the Northern Virginia area. Natasha?
Hi, I'm Natasha Bouvet. I've been a family physician in the DC area for 14 years. And with my current practice for 11 years, I've been in concierge medicine for the last 3 years. And that has happily coincided with beginning to run my practice, which I had not done before then. I went to the University of Connecticut Medical School, and we see everybody, babies up till the end. And I'm very happily doing all of that still in a concierge model.
Next, I'd like to introduce Monica Sarang. Monica practices in Southern California. Monica, welcome.
Hi, Terry. I am an internal medicine physician and have been practicing since 1999 in Los Angeles. I'm originally from the East Coast, and I joined Specialdocs and concierge medicine in 2015. I'm in solo practice, and I'm loving the weather and the lifestyle out here.
Next, I'd like to introduce Judy Shea. Judy practices in Fairfield County, Connecticut. Judy, welcome to the interview.
Hi, I'm Dr. Judy Shea. I practice internal medicine in Greenwich, Connecticut in a group practice. I've been in practice for 30 years with the same group the entire time. I graduated from Cornell Medical School, and we converted our practice, all 3 of us. We are now entering our 4th year with Specialdocs. We converted over 3 years ago, and it's been quite successful from many standpoints.
Thank you all for the introductions and for telling us a little bit about your background. What were some of the catalysts? What were the things that inspired you? What were the things that caused you to examine this model and to make this decision?
My practice had been a dual practice where the other doctors had been in concierge medicine for 10 years. And when one of the doctors was going to retire, he asked me to transition my practice and to enable myself to take care of his patients when he left. And I would not have been willing to do concierge medicine, except that he kind of positioned me to not say no. And I'm so grateful that he put me in that position, because it's been much more fun, much more flexible. I have all the time that I used to take anyway, but I actually have it slotted for me. And so I came to it almost because it it was forced upon me. And I'm so glad to have been in that model. I was actually a little sheepish about concierge medicine at first because I came from public health originally, and I felt like it was so far away from public health that I couldn't quite bring myself there, but I'm glad that I'm here.
So I've been with Specialdocs for a little over a year. I transitioned in April, and I came from a perspective of sort of burnout to the point where it was, I'm going to do this because it was a risk. I'm in solo practice. I didn't really have anybody to support me, but I was burnt out to the point where I thought, I'm going to do this or I'm going to move to New Zealand and own a sheep farm. That was where I was done with medicine if this didn't work, because I was so frustrated with the way that things are. And it's something that over the last 15 years, it's gotten worse so gradually. It's like a lobster slowly boiling in a pot. You don't really know how bad it is until you really just can't take it anymore. And I had gotten to that point. So I was really excited to be able to do this. And it has been the best thing I've ever done. I just really can't imagine going back to the way that things were. And it's interesting because I'm still working a lot. And I know y'all will echo these same things that I'll say, where I do so much work during the day, but see so little is done actually in the exam room with the patient. So much is done coordinating, so much is done on the phone. I do house calls. It's a completely different life, but it's so much better and it's fun, which it wasn't for a really long time. And patients are really happy too. So.
Anybody else like to comment on what was their catalyst or impetus or tipping point for making the change?
I was in a group that two of the older partners transitioned to concierge medicine in 2003, and I stuck it out and was going to continue practicing traditional medicine. And then it got to a point where I had close to 4,000 patients I was responsible for, and I couldn't feel like I could take a day off. And when I took a vacation, I had to find a way to schedule all those patients in, and I felt like I was drowning. And worse yet, at the end of the day, I felt like I was rushing people and I was going to possibly miss something. And there's no way I could have kept up that treadmill, and I couldn't get rid of patients. And I had stopped taking new patients for many years. And I just felt like either I was going to make a mistake or my health was going to pay a price for this. And I decided to join concierge care.
Judy or Dorothy?
So my transition last year was something I'd been looking at for a really long time. In my practice, I had already kind of done some of the things that everybody looks at with concierge, having longer visits, taking more time with patients, really kind of going the extra mile, doing a lot of those things that we're doing now in the concierge practice. And what happened in my practice is it just got to the point that it wasn't sustainable. So my decision tipping point was truly, will I continue to practice the way I want to, a way that had rescued me from burnout, had allowed me to spend more time with patients, find more joy in what I was doing, transition to a model that worked, or would I just figure out how to see more patients in a day, not spend time with them, not attend to patients in the way that I felt I wanted to. And that made it a pretty easy decision. I was willing to take the risk. If I had people sign up, great. If I didn't, I'd keep working at it until I did. Thankfully, it's gone really well, and I'm delighted with the model. I'm delighted with the support I've gotten from Specialdocs. And altogether, I won't look back. It's a great way to practice medicine. It's really, really good for the patients. And so I think heart and soul, it really can't be beat. It's good for the doctor. I'm able to practice in a way that it allows me great satisfaction, but I think it's excellent for my patients. So I'm really happy that I transitioned.
Judy, I don't want to leave you out because you've been doing this longer than just about everybody here.
So 4 years ago, we've been looking at concierge medicine for quite a few years. We had a unique practice model where there were four of us at the time, 4 physicians were trying to practice a concierge style medicine in the traditional world of medicine. We actually did not participate in any managed care plans. We still participated with Medicare, and it was working for quite a long time. And as the demands on more documentation, and we've started spending more time with trying to get approvals for things. It became a lot more difficult to get through the day seeing patients at the pace we were trying to see our patients at. And the choice was really, we didn't have a choice. We weren't going to go see 40 patients a day. So our really concierge medicine made the most sense to be along the same lines as how we were practicing, similar to what Dorothy was saying. And I will say I was the most reluctant of my three partners. It turned out that really three of us went. We could not. The fourth person was relatively new, and really wasn't ready to transition. So I was the most resistant, thinking I don't know how I'm going to be available 24/7 and still be able to raise my family. And in all honesty, it is so much better than life before concierge medicine. Yes, people have my cell phones, they have my emails, but you take such good care of them. They know you're there. And it's actually less of a, it's so much more flexible that it impairs less on your free time. You actually have a little bit of free time for yourself.
That concludes part 1 of the Women in Concierge Medicine podcast. You can find the entire series on the News and Insights page of our website, Specialdocs.com, or on any of the Specialdocs social media pages. Thank you for watching.